Bienvenidos and welcome back to Puro Pinche Gol, the place we discuss all things USMNT y la selección mexicana. My name is Adrian. Joining me once again, my co-host Tocayo Adrian. Adrian, what's good, bro? I see you put your mic stand on now.
Yeah, after almost a year or more than a year, I finally got my microphone stand. And yeah, I don't know how I did it without it, man. This is super comfortable. I'm glad to have it, and I'm sure that you're gonna be even happier that I have it. You don't have to do that much editing on my audio anymore.
It sounds a lot better now, so cool, bro. Man, let's get right into it. Today there was Champions League all over Europe. A lot of results that we kind of expected. We were talking about one in particular, Feyenoord and Lazio. How Feyenoord winning 3-1 to Lazio. It's a great result for them. And the main topic of today's episode really is the Mexican there at Feyenoord, Santi Gimenez. Scored 2 goals today in his debut in the Champions League for Feyenoord. As you guys know, he was suspended for the first 2 games of the Champions League, so this was his debut today, and he scored 2 goals in that 3-1 victory. That takes his tally to 15, and we're barely in October. 15 goals for Feyenoord this season so far. That is crazy impressive, man. For today's topic, Adrian, something we've been discussing, something that's been making the redes, the social web a lot recently. Why is Santi so effective for Feyenoord versus for eltri? Obviously, he had that moment for eltri earlier in the Gold Cup where he won it for eltri, right, scoring the 1-0 mínima diferencia against Panama in the final. But other than that, he's had 13 appearances this year for eltri, scoring only 2 goals against Panama and Haiti. Not exactly world beaters, giant teams there. So what do you think is causing this discrepancy in his playing between the two teams, man? I'd like to hear your opinion first on this, definitely.
Yeah. This is something that I think we briefly discussed on our last episode on the 6 things we learned with October friendlies and la selección mexicana. He started against Germany and he came in as a sub against Ghana, and unfortunately on both matches he looked very uncomfortable on the pitch. And that's been a question that we were trying to answer since then, even before that time. Sorry, these October friendlies, we kind of noticed that he just looked off when he was playing with la selección mexicana. And I mean, I would like to say that there's a smoking gun for this specific issue, but I don't think we really know what is the actual reason he looks like this with Mexico. I like to think that, for someone who is on the up and coming at a club level, you just mentioned that he today scored 2 goals against Lazio in Champions League, and he's perhaps one of the most sought after talents in Europe as of today. It's just very painful to see how he struggles with Mexico, and this is one of those players that Mexico needs to make essentially just ensure that he's welcome, and he's like I guess partner with other players that will benefit from his abilities and talent. 4 goals in 22 appearances, and on the last 4 friendlies that he has played with Mexico, he has not scored. Right, 167 minutes, no goals. Which is it's a tough one, dude, because I think I wouldn't say that PPG is a full Santi train kind of team, but we are an advocate of Santigimenez being the first starter for Mexico. One of the reasons why I think this is, he performs better at Feyenoord than Mexico is, I mean, I personally believe that there's better talent at Feyenoord than Mexico for once. I'm not gonna claim that I know all of the Feyenoord players, right? But I can. I mean, you don't need to be a freaking scientist or to have a doctorate degree to know that whoever is playing with Santi Gimenez at Feyenoord is better than Uriel Antuna for sure. So, I mean, that's an easy one, a very, very quick one for me. I'm not saying, please, and I want to be very clear with PPG Nation, because I know they're gonna come at me at the comments. I'm not saying that you know maybe El Tecatito Corona or Uriel Antuna, Rolin Pineda, Irwin Lozano are not good players. What I'm saying is his teammates at Feyenoord are significantly better, more talented, and spend more time playing in competitive matches against other, I guess, tougher opposition rather than Antuna playing in ligamx. That's all I'm saying. That's pretty much it. Um, and I think that shows, right? I don't think it's fair to compare, the Eredivisie defensive prowess, because we all know that CONCACAF is not the best at defending in any way. So I don't think that's a fair comparison, or I don't think it really matters because I mean over the last four friendlies he hasn't faced that much CONCACAF teams. But at the same time, like I wouldn't say that Australia, Uzbekistan, or Ghana are references of good defenses, right?
Right.
So I don't think that would be a good point of comparison in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I agree with you somewhat on what you said about the Feyenoord players being better than three players. Well, some, right? I think you were mainly focusing on the ones that played in Liga MX because I
Yeah,
think Irving Lozano, Edson Alvarez, Jorge Sanchez, maybe not Jorge Sanchez, but Johan Vasquez, these guys would walk, Cesar Montes would walk onto Feyenoord's first team easily, I feel, and start. But I think a point that you referenced that I completely agree with you is that okay, these players they're playing better opposition than Liga MX week in week out, but they're also playing with Santi week in week out, right? They're able to develop that chemistry that Santi probably doesn't have with Edson Alvarez, with Chucky Lozano, with Antuna, with the whole Mexican
yeah,
squad. Also, he has a stability there that team is built around him to be successful. He's always playing as La Punta. He's always playing, it doesn't matter if they play 4-3-3. I think, what's his name? Arnie Slot likes playing 4-2-3-1, and he's always, obviously the number 9 striker there. He's always the first one on the, first name as the number 9 striker here. He's not necessarily competing with somebody like Raul Jimenez. But the team is built around his success, and having him succeed is the way Feyenoord succeeds. Also, he has the stability in managerial aspect, right? Since he moved to Feyenoord in 2022, he's only had that one coach slot. And since he's played for La Selección since I think he started back in 2021 for the main team, he's had what's his name? Coca. He's had Tata
yeah,
Martino, and now he has Jimmy Lozano. I mean, 3 different coaches with 3 different styles. That's obviously going to play a factor in how he's successful for eltri.
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, no, I'm totally agreeing with you. The one thing that I want to add is that none of them have committed to making him
Right. Exactly.
the striker for the team, right? Not even Jimmy Lozano.
Yeah, unlike Feyenoord, where he was committed right away to like, hey, we're going to build this team around you, the attacking aspect of this team about you, right? And I know we were talking before the episode, and you mentioned for Feyenoord, he plays week in, week out. He can afford to have a day off, and he won't be just criticized for it, right? He can, because he'll play next week again, or he'll play in the Wednesday Champions League match, and he'll score. For Mexico, he plays maybe 1 or 2 games every month or every month and a half, and it's a long time between games, and you definitely feel it if like, oh, he didn't score in the October friendlies, oh, he didn't score in the September friendlies either. He hasn't scored for Mexico in 2-3 months, but you don't really
Yeah,
realize that those 2-3 months there's only 3 games for Mexico, right? So obviously,
yeah,
for Feyenoord, he's able to display and be more on display every week in, week out, and have more chances to score in a not a league that's not really known for their defense. So I think at Feyenoord, just everything came together for him. It's a win-win, and he's performing amazing. Like you said, he's one of the best, some most sought after items in Europe right now. I think this last season we'll see him in the Eredivisie. But
Yeah, most likely.
yeah, for Mexico, definitely, I think he needs to find that stability. He needs a coach that trusts him, that tells him, "Hey, we're going to go forward with you as our number 9, or starting number 9. It's up to you to make the best of this chance we're giving you. We're going to build the team around you to lead us to success. We're going to find players, or have talk to players to have them find you up front, because right now I think we have a lot of in Mexico, a lot of players that I want to say are selfish, but they're very individualistic players that like
Yeah.
to take players on and maybe dribble too far, too close to the six, and literally try to walk it in. Whereas for Feyenoord, they like you said, they built it around Santi, right? You see the chances he gets, the crosses he gets, the through balls he gets. Over here is a lot of stars, Chucky Lozano, Antuna, Tecatito, that play. They know they can take players on, and oftentimes they might hold on to the ball too long and lose that chance for Santi.
And on top of that, dude, like I just want to say, we need to chill too, right? As you mentioned, he can afford to have a bad game with Feyenoord because in the next 4 days he can have an amazing one, and everyone's gonna forget about it. But every single time he plays with Mexico and he's not performing at the level that everyone's expecting, man, you will see, Fútbol Picante, La Última Palabra, Línea de Cuatro, like all these guys just piling on top of him saying like why he's not performing. He's again showing that he's not ready to take that number one role, lead as a striker. We just need to chill, dude. I mean, he's 22 years old right now. He is settling in the club that he's playing right now. He has a huge ceiling in terms of potential. He most likely is going to move to a bigger team in the next year. Um, as he settles in the Mexican team, he will become more proficient at scoring goals with Mexico. He needs to really get into that rhythm with his other teammates to ensure that he will pretty much score as many times as he can with la camiseta de la selección. I just want to make this. I want to encourage everyone to be patient with El Bebote. This is kind of a pivotal moment for myself in PPG because I am declaring myself. I'm not declaring PPG, but I'm declaring myself a full-blown Santiago Gimenez believer, and I'm gonna defend him, dude. I'm gonna do whatever I can to make sure that he's successful with la selección because I really want him to take Mexico to the next level, and I think he is perhaps the one player that can make that happen.
Yeah, definitely the one player that Mexico's been missing, a full-on, successful number 9, right? I think it's probably been since 2014 when Chicharito and Vela were firing really well together. That they didn't have a real threat up front. Obviously between then and now we've had Raúl Jiménez, who's never really kicked off for Mexico either. Funes Mori, a lot of different other players that were tried up there up front. But, before that, Mexico was always known for having a solid striker, right? You had Chicharito, Vela. Before that, you even had Jared Borghetti. You had all these other players, prolific players, Hugo Sanchez, that are just, Mexico has always been known to have decent or prolific strikers. So let's hope Santi Gimenez can be that next striker to take Mexico. Because, yeah, they're definitely, I think Mexico under Jimmy has looked a lot livelier, has looked a lot better, has looked a lot more cohesive. And the one piece that they're really missing right now is just the number 9. So, I agree with you. I think
put together, man.
Yeah, I believe in Santi as well. I think he'll be that guy. He's only 22. He's already had 22 appearances for Mexico under his belt, so he has a long career ahead of him for Mexico. So fingers crossed.
Let's just be patient, dude. Let's be patient.
Yeah. Well, man, as we wrap up this hot topic of Santi Gimenez, bro, where can our listeners find us?
Man, they can always find us on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notifications. You can also find us on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast on. Last but not least, you can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at Puro Pinche Gol. We post stuff every now and then.
Yeah, be sure to let us know in the comments if you're all on board the Santi train here. Let us know what you think of this topic. Why do you think he struggles with Mexico the way he does? At least in his first 22 appearances. Is the team just built differently around him there versus Feyenoord? Do you agree with what we mentioned? Let us know. We definitely liked interacting with you guys there in the comments. So, Adrian, bro, another good one with you, man. I'll see you in the next one.
Take it easy, my friend. See ya.
Likewise, dude. See ya.